Good morning, yogis. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning. So the weather today definitely can't compete with the past 2 days, but hopefully, as of tomorrow it will change. But it's probably a bit nicer to practice when it's not so hot. For today's practice, you don't need any props per se. However, if you know that you like to use them or they can aid and foster your practice, then definitely go get them. We'll do a pigeon, but apart from that, I think it's mainly strength based, so hooray. I particularly like doing a strong practice in the morning. You may have woken up not recently, not long ago, but you should still have the surplus of energy in your body. So yeah, well done for coming. Thank yourself for making the time to be here and to connect with yourself. And yeah, we can flow through this hopefully very invigorating and energizing practice to kickstart your day. If you encounter any poses or the number of repetitions is too much, don't worry about it. Just do what you can, and just try. So the key word here is to try, because it's about the journey, like I said on Thursday, or every single time, but just since this week I'm mainly focusing on repetitions and actually pushing yourself, like getting out the comfort zone. But there is a danger, because obviously sometimes our ambition or determination can be ego-led, ego-driven. So then you need to ask yourself a question: who's driving the bus? Because it's all fine, it's all great, to get out the comfort zone, to push yourself, to find your limits, but you need to listen to your body. So what it's got to say about what we're doing, and it's about building strength. So no one is born strong. Some people can be born flexible, but in terms of strength in particular, you have to work on it. So it's about being conscientious and consistent with your practice and your efforts, that you can grow stronger. And one of the reasons why I liked yoga so much was because when I was developing the physical strength, I also became more resilient. So the emotional strength was there. So I feel like now, in retrospect, I didn't really have a backbone, and building the physical strength through yoga helped me, battle problems on a daily basis with more ease and grace, because I had a strong foundation and strong core and integrity of who I am. So like I said, all about conscientious approach and having the mindset that you are committed, that you want to grow, that you want to keep going. So I hope that you can tap into that well of energy and resource, that it's all there in you, and you're gonna have fun. So make sure that you listen to your body, you're kind to it, and try to find the subtle, the nuance between, I want to do another repetition, or I want to do this, and whether it's actually appropriate to do. So we've all done it, pushed ourselves a little bit too hard, and then it might, you might wind up with an injury, and no one wants that. So slowly build up and have fun, right? Enjoy the moment. So hopefully we've got everyone now. Okay, so find a comfortable position where you can settle. Wave length through the spine, squeeze your belly, roll the shoulders back and down, and closing your eyes, start focusing on your breath. And think of your journey. Think of what qualities you would like to cultivate within you. Ask yourself why you're here. Why did you roll out the mat today? So there are no right or wrong answers. Well, it's important that you're here, because yoga and your mat your mat is a safe place where you can spill all of your worries, your frustrations, and also the good things too, so you can process them in a healthy way, where you can build a strong foundation, the I am, so rooting you and grounding you in the present moment, in this world. And then you can move up through the energy ladder, as to speak, so allowing yourself to feel, believing in yourself, and then having trust, opening your heart and speaking the truth. And that speaking the truth, being authentic, it comes from feeling strong in yourself and having that integrity, being able to allow yourself to feel, to do, and then having an open heart to be really in tune with that. And then following your intuition, and also knowing that we are all one, whatever that may mean to you. We're all made from the same substance, from the same fibers, but our life experiences shape us in a different way. So despite all that, you can connect to everyone else and everything else that there is out there. Start deepening your inhalation and slowing down your exhalation, letting it ground you. So feeling the support of the mat and the earth, preparing for the practice. So hold everything in your awareness and think, what is it that you would like to work on today? Take 3 rounds of breath. So deep inhalation, feeling the expansion through the chest, as though you could lift yourself off the mat a few inches. So feeling the extremities, so the inhalation that's uplifting, and the exhalation that helps you stay grounded and connected, and exploring all there is in between, in the middle. Then keeping your eyes closed so you can open them. Just do a few head rolls. It's always nice to release the neck. And go slowly, feeling all that's happening in your neck. And then switch direction. So enjoy this moment. Enjoy connecting with yourself through the use of your breath. And then come to the center. So you might want to swap the cross of the legs. If you've been sitting cross-legged, if you're lying down, please come join us to sitting. So I'm going to go through 3 rounds of Kapalabhati breath. So 3 rounds of 36 gives us the magical, the universal number 108, if you ever wondered. If you want to, you can just stick to 1 round or 2 rounds. Just check how your body's feeling. So Kapalabhati is the breath that helps detoxify your body and your mind, and also it's a really warming one, so that should get you set for the practice. So in case you want a reminder, so Kapalabhati is a half an inhalation and then forceful exhalation. So you can use your fingers to help you kind of link and synchronize the movement with the breath. If you feel lightheaded, it can happen, especially if you haven't eaten. So then you can just pause, alternatively focus on your Ujjayi breath. So just as a reminder, Kapalabhati works like this: full inhalation, full exhalation, half an inhale, and then you go. So you want to draw the navel in and up to make it really forceful. Okay, So let's go. First round. Full inhale, full exhale, half an inhale, and go. Pause, breathe naturally. And then we go again. So inhale is really passive, you just release your belly and then you squeeze it, just push it in as you exhale. So let's go. Allow your breath to return to normal. Pause. And let's go again. And stay here, breathing rhythmically, feeling the effects of any of this Kriya. So purification technique, and then open your eyes. So usually after the third round I can really feel towards the end that like my muscles are fatiguing, but Kapalabhati is great for deep core activation that then will support your practice even if you're doing like the most basic stuff. So then bring the forearms together and make sure that you're just comfortable as you're sitting. So press the elbows in together, the wrists, the hands, and lift your arms up. So you want to keep the palms away from you, but look towards your thumbs. So wrap the shoulder blades around you, keep pushing. I know it's hard, but it's super good to strengthen your shoulders. So lift it a little bit higher, draw your belly button in, the bottom of your ribs corseting in for 3, 2, 1, and release. Extend your arms out and bring the right arm in front of you, bend it, left arm goes underneath where the elbows meet. If you can, double wrap, push the elbows together, and again, keep the palms away from your body, lift the elbows up, stay with your breath. It really can be intense for the shoulders, but it's really good to release it. And sometimes we lack mobility, and that comes down to tightness. So any areas that feel particularly dense can be released. Then gently release, extend your arms out, and then let's go the other way. So left arm in front, right arm wrapped underneath, double wrap if you can. Push the forearms together, lift your arms. Notice how this side is responding compared to the one we've just done. Stay with your breath. Look up. And then gently release the arms, roll the shoulders. And then we're going to bring the elbows in together. Press it super strong. Lift the arms up. Keep pressing and lifting. Draw the belly in. Calm and steady breath. Lift it a little bit higher. You've got it. For another 3, 2, 1. And release. Just doing that. That's enough for me. Come onto tabletop. I'm going to do some shoulder mobilization. So protraction and retraction. So you know all that. We've been doing it all week. So drop your chest down, squeeze your shoulder blades, retract, and then push the mat away. Spread your shoulder blades, roundness through the upper back, protract. So go with your breath. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, exhale, retract, protract, retract, protract. In, out, in, out. Keep the fingers spread wide, press down through the fingertip and feel what's happening in your shoulders. Use your shoulder blades, brace your core. Retract, protract, retract, protract. One more time, retract, protract, and slide down for child's pose. Keep the knees together if you can. Walk your fingertips towards the short edge of your mat. And then we come again. So this time we're going to slide forward. So you really want to keep pressing down through the fingertips and the amount of the thumb and the index finger to take the pressure off your wrist. So even you can push so strongly that you very gently lift the wrists off the mat. So this might be enough for you if you need to strengthen your wrists, but if you're good, then brace your core and shift forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. So you really want to keep your shoulders forward of your wrists, so that helps to stretch them and strengthen them if you keep pressing down through the fingertips. And also helps you bear weight in the shoulders. So you keep pushing out with the shoulders, gentle protraction. And keep going forward and back 3 more times. Connect with your breath. 1 more time and slide back for child's pose. You can flip your palms up just for a minute. Drop your forehead down. Briefly reflect. And then come up. So if you found that in any way challenging to stay exactly there, if you want to, keeping the fingers spread wide, come into plank. So brace your core, engage your deep core muscles, so like to flatten this bit, and that can help you stay in plank with more integrity. And you know, the more muscles you engage, the easier it seems. Okay, so then from here we're doing the same. Retraction, drop your chest, protract, retract, protract, retract, protract. 5 more times. Calm and steady breath. Use your shoulders, squeeze your belly. 1 more time. And then chaturanga, cobra or upward dog. And then back into child's pose. Just for a moment. Relax your wrists, you can give them a little roll. And then come forward. So then again, stay with your knees up or down. And we're moving forward and back. So you want to push and roll on the balls of your feet as you come forward and back. Keep pushing the mat away. Brace your core. Let the shoulders burn. That's the only way to make them stronger. Another 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down. Child's pose. Keep the arms by the sides of your body. Droop your shoulders. Connect with your breath. And enjoy the moment. Enjoy this feeling of being challenged, of doing things, of connecting to your strength. So it's not a destination, it's a journey. Then as you inhale, come up and into tabletop. I'm going to go through a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, lift your hips, lift your heart, exhale, round your back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, push the mat away, squeeze your belly. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round your back. So 1 more round. Stay in cow. Feel the stretch through the front of your body. Lift your chin. And then as you exhale, push the mat away. Drop your head. Squeeze your belly. And come back to the center. So step your right foot forward and sink your hips down. So squeeze your left glutes, drag your hips forward, lift the chest, keep the collarbones broad, spine long, breath long. And then as you exhale, slide your hips back for Ardha Hanumanasana, hamstring stretch, and sink your hips down and bring it up. So explore how that feels, keeping the right foot flexed, long spine, your belly is engaged. And then inhale, come forward and step back into tabletop. Left foot through, and again, gauge how your hips are, sink them down, but keep energetically squeezing the legs together, so towards like the midline of your body. Open through your heart, sink your hips lower, and engage your glutes. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, slide your hips back, flex the left foot. So drop the hip down, lift it up, and don't worry, it doesn't have to be a big movement, just so that you explore what you can feel. Left thigh is engaged. And then as you inhale, come forward, back into tabletop. Perhaps plank and hold it here. Push the mat away, slide your shoulder blades down, brace your core, push out through the heels, and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Your version of Chaturanga can go all the way down. Inhale into Cobra, up dog. Exhale into Downward Dog. It's probably the first one of the day. It is for me, so pedal the feet. Do what feels right. And then settle into stillness. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Keep pushing the mat away, lifting your hips up. Bend your legs as much as you need to find length through the back. Draw your belly in and up, Uddiyana Bandha. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. And let yourself hang here just for a little bit. Relax your forearms. Keep the head heavy. And then bringing the hands onto your hips. As you inhale with a strong back, you come up to standing. So feet together, hip width apart. Hands at your heart. Roll the shoulders back and down. So belly is engaged, keep lifting up through the crown of the head, chest is open. And as you exhale, fold halfway. So strong back, strong belly, keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, come up. So 5 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Try to lead with your chest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then as you exhale, fold halfway. If you want to extend the arms in front of you, set your shoulder blades. Strong belly, strong back. Keep reaching the fingertips forward. And as you exhale, fold. You can pedal the feet here, bending one leg, straightening the other. So if you know you need a block for forward folds, etc., then feel free to always grab it. Don't think of it as a crutch, but as an aid. And you know, if it's always better to act as a pose and be able to connect with your breath, keep it easeful and controlled, rather than, you know, wrapping yourself up in a pretzel and not being able to control your breath or your thoughts. Okay. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, step back into down dog. So from here, as you inhale, come onto the balls of your feet, through plank, drop your hips down, feet are still flexed, open through the chest, long spine, and as you exhale, with the strength of your core, keep squeezing your belly to lift the hips up, back into down dog. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, back. 3 more times or stay in down dog. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. I think the last one, in. And out. Inhale, roll over into plank and stay. Set your shoulder blades, squeeze your belly, engage your legs, keep pushing the mat away. And as you next exhale, find your version of chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or up dog. Exhale back into downward dog. You can always drop the knees down, rest in child's pose if that's what you need. Stay here, connect with your breath. And as you next inhale again, roll over into plank. Then drop down to your right forearm, left forearm. So we're in forearm plank. Keep pushing down through the elbows. Squeeze your belly. Gentle roundness through the upper back. You've got it. You can. Believe in yourself. And then drop the hips down. Point your feet. Elbows are slightly past the shoulders. Drag your chest forward. So imagine you're doing a zombie pull on the mat. Open through the chest. Drop your shoulders. Relax your glutes. You can press down through the tops of your feet. So feel the gentle opening through the upper back. And then bring the hands by your chest and over through tabletop, or just by lifting the hips up, push back up into plank. And either stay here, or if you feel like you've got the shoulder stability, tap your right shoulder with the left hand, try to keep yourself straight, and then right to the left. So 2 more rounds, left to right, right to left. Left to right, right to left, and drop all the way down. Keep your arms 90 degrees out, so like a cactus. Big toes together, and as you inhale, lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Lift your arms, lift your legs, but your forehead stays down. So keep squeezing the shoulder blades. Feel what's happening. Lift the arms a little bit higher, legs a bit higher. Exhale, relax. Okay, so this time, big toes together, arms exactly as they were, and as you inhale, you lift everything off the mat. Shalambhasana, or the locust pose. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull them down. Lift the arms, calm and steady breathing. Enjoy the moment as much as you can. For another 3, 2, 1, and relax. You can place one cheek on the mat or rest your forehead on your hands. Feel the fire burning. Just drink if you need to, but not too much, because we don't want to put that fire out. And then push back up into child's pose. And you can either stay here, stretching out on a diagonal, or interlace the fingers behind you, drop the forehead down and lift your hands up. So stay here, check how your shoulders are. Draw your belly in and up, and then bring the hands to one side and then to the other. So really feel what's happening in the shoulders. We want to release them, but not hurt ourselves. Stay with your breath and keep going from side to side. And then come back to the center, gently bend your arms,
release the arms by the sides of your body. Shoulders are falling in. Feel the connection with the earth and allow it to soothe you. Don't think of what you can't or can do. Just keep going.
Okay. So then come back up into tabletop and step the right foot through. Left hand stays where it is. Drop your hips down. And as you inhale, lift your right arm up. So keep squeezing the right leg to the center. Reach the right hand up. And as you exhale, bring the right hand by your inner right foot. Keeping the hips low, we twist the other way. Reaching the left hand up. And then bring it down. Step back into tabletop, the other side. Right hand where it is. Inhale, left arm up. Keep the hips down, open through the chest. And as you exhale, left hand by the left foot. Keep pushing the left knee into the arm. Extend your right arm. Sink your hips. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, come back into tabletop. Tuck your toes under, keep your fingers spread wide, and push back into downward dog. Okay, so from here, you want to keep lifting the hips up, but drop your knees down. So they're still hovering, you still push down through the hands. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you jump forward, well not jump, but you sway forward into a plank with right knee lifted. Come back into this crouching dog or cat, whatever, call it whatever. And then come back, left knee forward. So shift the weight past your wrists. So shoulders are past your wrists. And come back. Okay, so let's do it. One breath per move. Inhale. Exhale, right knee. Inhale. Exhale, left. Two more rounds. In. Out. In. Out. One more. In. Out, in, out. Come back with the knees down, push back into downward dog. Stay here, push down through the hands, lift your hips up. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step the foot through and give yourself a helping hand. You can do it with the knee down, it will lessen the intensity. Or lift up, but only as much so that your lower ribs are not resting, but they're on top of the right thigh. So back leg is active, you extend your arms there. So draw your belly button in and up, push down through the feet, inhale, and exhale, bring the arms behind. So 5 more times, inhale, exhale, in, out, in, out, in, out. One more time, in, out. This time as you inhale, lift up into crescent lunge, sink your hips down. I know your leg is burning. I'm doing it with you. Inhale here, and exhale, twist to the right leg. Twice more, inhale back to center, exhale, twist. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, center, and exhale, twist the other way to the left, to the open space. Inhale, back up. Exhale, frame the foot, step back into plank or down dog, and do your connecting vinyasa. We all meet in downward dog. So let go of this part of the practice. Let's see what the other side has got to offer. Inhale your left leg up, three-legged. Exhale, step the foot through. Squeeze the legs to the midline and lift up so that the bottom of your ribs are on top of the thigh. Inhale your arms, extend. Exhale, bring it behind you. Keep drawing the shoulders down. 4 more times. In, out, in, out. Back leg is active. So I think 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, sink. Inhale, elongate your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Frame the foot. Step back into plank or down dog. And do your vinyasa. Use your ujjayi breath to control your breathing. Stay in down dog or drop your knees down. Find your breath. And then everyone drop the knees down. Keep the knees together if you can. Arms wherever it feels good. Drop your forehead. So use your deep ujjayi breath. So let the victorious breath prepare you for the next part of the practice. Instilling that warrior spirit within you. Because you know that you don't need to seek anything outside of yourself. It's all within you. It's already there. As you inhale, extend your arms out. As you exhale, make your way into down dog. Walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Stay here for a couple of breaths. You can clasp the opposite elbow, draw the forearms down. And again, keep the bottom of your ribs against your thighs. You can bend your knees as much as you need to do that. And enjoy this feeling of hanging, where the heart doesn't have to work. The heart doesn't have to work so hard. And then bring the hands on your hips. Strong belly, strong back. Inhale, come up to standing. Well done. So, find strong base in your legs. Shift the weight onto the left foot and bring the right knee up. So the hands can go on the hips, at your heart, whatever can help you stay balanced and strong. And don't worry if you topple over. I can feel like today isn't my balancing day, but I've already prepared that for you. So here we go. So keep that space between your hip and the top of the thigh as small as you can. And extend your right leg. Bend it twice more. Extend and bend. Extend and hold. You can point your feet, foot, even. And bring the leg down. Wow, that was quite something. Okay, so make sure you're at the top of your mat. Bring the right knee up. Extend the leg. Then bend it and take a super long step back and drop the right heel down for warrior one. So the foot is at 45-degree angle. Sink down into your left leg and inhale your arms up. So set your shoulder blades, brace your core. So you want to lift up from the hips and look up towards your hands. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hands at heart. So now lift the back heel. And there are options. So you can either transition into warrior 3 with the hands off the mat, or you can drop the fingertips down, use a book, block, whatever, if you want this to help you balance. So from warrior 1, lift the back heel, take an inhale, and as you exhale, transition. So keep the right hip dropped, keep lifting through the inner right thigh, squeeze your shoulder blades together, strong standing leg. Find your breath. And overstay here if you want to. Drop the left hand down and roll the thigh, the right hip out for half moon. So then keep the right hand on the right hip or extend it. Check how your balance is. And then with control, drop the right foot down and staying with the left forearm over the left thigh or the right hand down, come into Parsvakonasana. So pressing down through the back foot, elongating through the side of the body. Drop the right hand down, lift the back heel, step back into plank and into downward dog, or do your vinyasa. So we're in down dog. Walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Hands on your hips, inhale all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. So yeah, I've still got the other side to do. Shift the weight onto your right leg. Toes are spread wide. And lift the left knee up. So check what's going on here. And as you exhale, straighten the left leg. Inhale, bend twice more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and hold. Bend, release it. Take a deep breath in and sigh out, letting it go, enjoying the moment. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend, and take a super long controlled step back. Drop the back heel down. Inhale your arms up. Weight is in the front leg, warrior 1. So as for a person who doesn't like warrior 1, I'm teaching it an awful lot at the moment, aren't I? Keep reaching your hands up, belly's drawn in, look up. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, hands down, lift the back heel. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, transition into your version of warrior 3. So move slowly and with control, finding that connection with your body on a super deep level where you know what's happening where and where you need to act. And either stay here or bring the right fingertips down slightly off the line so you can roll the left hip out and perhaps extend the left arm. If you really want to be challenged, look towards the left hand, but I know that it's not for me today, so I'm not going to do that. And then slowly begin to bend the right leg so you can land the left foot down. Bend your right leg and come into your side angle pose. So forearm over the thigh or hand down, reaching through the fingertips, finding length through that side of the body. Exhale, bring the left hand down, frame the foot, step back into plank or downward dog. Do your flow. And we meet in downward dog. Okay, drop your knees down, slide your hips back, bring the hands to the left side of the mat, the right hand goes on the left. Keep dropping your shoulders down. Inhale back to center and we go the other way. Back to center. Spider fingers, inhale, lift up, exhale into down dog. So remember what we did at the beginning, well-ish. So we dropped the knees down, they still hovered above the mat, and then we sprung forward, bringing the knee to the chest. So now, from here, we're gonna push into plank. Come back down with the knees, hovering, and into plank. So take an inhale here, with the knees down, exhale, come forward. 5 more times. Inhale, exhale, in, out, in, out, in, out. And I stop counting, so let's do one more for good luck. Come into plank, chaturanga, upward dog, and back into child's pose. This time keep your knees apart and drape your chest forward. Keep the arms wherever you want to. Take time to rest. So feel your body, feel all the sensations, the burning, the releasing, the tingling, maybe the sweat, whatever. Hold it all in your awareness. Extend your arms out. Inhale, come up into tabletop. Exhale, into down dog. Walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale into fold. Hands on your hips. Inhale, come up. Shift the weight into the left foot. Inhale your right knee up. Exhale, extend and hold it. Then bend the leg, take a long step back. Drop the heel, warrior one. Bend your front leg. Exhale, hands at heart. Lift the back heel. Inhale. And as you exhale, transition into warrior three. Hands lifted or down. Drop the right heel, not heel, hip. Even. And either stay here or slowly transition into your version of half moon. Drop the foot down. Left hand by the left foot or over the thigh for Parsvakonasana. Sink your hips, strong back leg. Drop the right hand down and step back into plank. So from here, spin on your feet, so feet are stacked or staggered, and drop your hips down. So from here, you want to have the elbow slightly past your shoulder, and as you inhale, lift your hips up, extend your arm, exhale down. So twice more, in and out, in and out. Inhale back into plank, exhale down dog or your vinyasa. Step the feet towards your hands, forward fold. Hands on your hips, inhale all the way up, exhale Tadasana. So inhale, right knee up. Now we've done this side. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, straighten that leg. Hold it. hold it, bend it, long step back, heel down, bend the front leg, inhale, warrior one, exhale. Inhale, lift the heel, hands to your heart, and as you exhale, your warrior three, or Virabhadrasana 3. Try to keep your body in one plane, pushing out through the ball of the foot or the heel. And drop the right hand down or stay and find half moon. Opening up through the chest. Then softly land the back foot as much as you can. Right hand by the foot or forearm over the thigh. Extend your arm. Keep reaching it forward. Bring the hand down. Step back into plank. So now we need to come into our side plank on the left side and drop your hips down. If you want to, you can always do it with the bottom leg bent, and you do that, keeping the belly engaged, the transverse abdominis, the deep core muscles. Hand is strongly rooted in the mat. Brace, brace, and as you inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop down. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. In and out. Now come back into plank. One last vinyasa. So chaturanga. Inhale forward and exhale into down dog. Bring the right knee behind the right wrist and spin the foot so it's underneath the left hip. Slide your hips back and down. So you might need a block for this or a cushion. As long as there's no pain in the knee, check the back leg is straight. Sink your hips down. Stay upright or fold. Connecting to your breath. Leaning into the sensations. Deep, expansive inhalations. So feel the breath go all to all the nooks and crannies. We don't normally feel it. And relax everything as you exhale. Check in with your headspace. Just simply become aware of what's going on in the mental landscape. And then as you inhale, tuck your back toes under and step back into down dog. Left knee behind the left wrist, coming into pigeon on the other side. This isn't accessible. You can always do the supine version where you cross the leg over the knee. Just notice, become aware of what's happening on this side. And either stay upright or fold forward. I was listening to Jason Crandall's and his wife's podcast, and he said something really meaningful to me, is that yoga isn't about making you comfortable, but about making you skillful when things aren't comfortable. So I just thought it was very relevant to many things that either are going on right now or just in general, that you can't always have control of what's happening in your life, but you can steer or maneuver in a skillful way, so that you stay buoyant. Inhale, walk your hands back towards yourself, tuck your back toes, one more plank, and then drop the knees down. So by crowd's favorite, by popular demand, we're going to do Parifta Janu Shirshasana. And just to get that lovely side stretch. So right leg is extended, foot is flexed, and either bring the foot by your inner thigh or roll on top of the foot, so that as though you want to bring the sole of the foot facing up. Spread your weight evenly across your sit bones, tall spine, and turn towards the bent leg. So I already feel something happening here. Then bring the hand by your inner right leg, inhale your left arm up, and then you walk and lean towards the right, sinking down into the hips. You can bring the forearm down. I like to hook my thumb underneath the leg. Right foot is flexed. And keep reaching. If your hand gets tired of being held in a particular position, change it. Your belly is engaged. Stay with your breath. Three more rounds of breath here. Keep rotating the chest out. And then as you inhale, super slowly, come back to the center. So just tax the tissues so much. We don't want to just spring back. And then the other side. The left leg out. Roll the foot out. However, if there's any knee pain, then don't do that. I might actually skip it a little bit. So just check how your body's feeling. Left foot is flexed, turn towards the right leg, walk your fingertips down, and keeping the chest open and externally rotated, bring the right arm up. Oh, that already feels lush. And then if you want to lean further down, keep the weight evenly distributed over your hips. And drop your forearm down. And stay with your breath. Keep breathing into your chest, your belly is still engaged. Rotate the chest out. One more round of breath, keep it deep and long. And then super slowly come back up. And bend both of your legs and drop them to the left, so like we do windscreen wipers, but you want both legs to be form a 90-degree angle, so the shin to the thigh, and then begin to twist away from your body, so like a zombie. And you can stay on your hands, you can drop down to your forearms. See if tiny movement like little cat-cow helps to access different areas in your back in this twist. So stay where you want to explore. And then as you inhale gently, come back to the center, and let's drop the legs the other way. So just make sure you've got the 90-degree-ish angle and turn towards the right. So explore how this side is feeling. What happens if you add some movement? It's probably going to be tiny, but it doesn't feel so tiny when you actually start moving. Let's see if you can wiggle just a little bit more to access your upper back. And then come back to the center. Slowly lower down onto your back, keeping the feet parallel. Inhale, push down through the feet, lift the hips up for bridge. And either stay here or interlace the fingers, walk the shoulders in, pushing down through the shoulders, through the arms, squeezing the legs together. And then as you exhale, gently release. Draw the right knee towards your chest and extend your left leg out. Point your feet. Energetically spread the legs apart. And then swap the legs. Left knee in, right leg out. And release. We can stay for the rest of the practice in constructive rest pose. Or Baddha Konasana, the feet together, knees flopping out. If you want to come into Shavasana, pull the shoulders away from your ears. Take a really deep breath in. Sigh it out with a sigh. And begin to let go of your practice. Just quietly and non-critically reflecting. Because it doesn't matter if you could do all the repetitions or how well you think you did, but that you did it. That you were committed to roll out the mat, to practice, to get to know yourself better, to cultivate mindful breathing, awareness of what's happening without being attached to it, cultivating strength and devotion to yourself and your practice. Allow yourself to rest, body to soften, integrate everything you've practiced. Start bringing some movement into the body. Bend your knees. Roll over onto one side. And come into a comfortable seat with your eyes closed. Open through the chest. Revisit your intention. And bring the hands at your heart. So thanking yourself for carving out the time to practice, thanking your body, thanking everyone else who inspires you and supports you. And let's close this practice with one round of Om. And gently bow your head. Open your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. I hope that this has helped kickstart your day and feeling ready to slay anything that today has got planned ahead of you. Let me know how it went. And I hope that you saw tomorrow. And if you saw, what you should do is do this practice again. Listening to your body. So obviously if there's any sharpness anywhere, then you're like acute sensation, then you want to like back out. But there are so many things that you can easily do even if you're sore. So that I find that that's the difference between yoga practice and anything else, that if I'm feeling sore after yoga, and it's pretty much every time I practice, then the next time you're on the mat, you start moving, start breathing consciously, then you're good to go. Yay, I'm glad it was strong because a couple of times I thought it was a strong practice what we shared, and you were like, oh yeah, it's nice, so it was quite easy and stuff. So I'm glad that it was strong today. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and oh no, but that's typical, Nelly, that you think that you're not using something when you practice yoga, and then it's like a minor cut, and it's just like, oh, why can I feel it so much? So I cut my my thumb just by my nail, and it's like you can't even see it, but I can feel it's already sore. But when you're in down dog, or you have to press down through the fingertips, it's just like, what? So yeah, I feel for you. I hope it gets better. My fun fact of the day is that apparently brain can process up to 50,000 thoughts a day, and apparently 70% of them are what we would consider a bad thought. So I think it's really important to make a conscious effort to think, positively, to focus on gratitude and abundance, because if we're so critical of ourselves, and that's our natural go-to, because our brain wants us to survive, so the fight and flight response. So it's good to practice being aware of what's going on in your head, so hence meditation, right? Natalia and I are doing a second series of our meditation space, and I believe it is on the 23rd, that's a Saturday. It is, we have reduced the fee for it to £5, just to make to make it fit everyone's budget. But if you are not in a position to spend any extra money, it's totally fine, just let us know and we will send you the link, because we want to spread the goodness of meditation, because quite often people think that meditation is about just sitting on top of a mountain like Himalayas, and just being withdrawn from the world. But actually it's about being aware of what's happening, and how gaining that few seconds where you can take a step back before you say something, so you are aware of what's going on in your head and on the emotional landscape. So if you're interested, go to my Facebook page, all the information is there. I just want to say thank you very much for all of your donations. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel, so subscribe and stay up to date. Let me know what you would like to see here, and otherwise I hope you have a lovely Sunday, and I will see you again on Tuesday. So namaste.